Trey McBride. So if you think Watermeyer's good, this man is a lot better. This guy is receiver status type. So he hit 2,100 yards, and I know it was an extra year, but I don't really count his junior year because it looks like he got hurt and he only played 4 games.
Yeah,
So
he had hurt this game.
yeah, but even in those 4 games, he still had 331 yards.
Well,
So
that the thing that impressed me his junior year was that he had those 4 touchdowns. So he was becoming their number one option already.
yeah,
That he was already becoming, and then he got hurt. Okay, he comes back the next year, and he is the middle of the field. He was everything. This guy is special. He has the speed. He has the size. He's quick off the line. He's actually a good blocker. He's actually a good blocker.
yeah, and you don't find that in both. Like as it's either one or the other, or if they have both, they're just average. Not everyone is.
I saw
Say
him
what?
at fullback. I saw him at fullback a couple of times, and that's also means you're a professional tight end now because you're not just you're just a tight end or split end. You could go in the backfield.
They
I
move you
love
around.
seeing
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So he is. I don't know what you guys have, but I have 6'4", 260,
That's what I
and
have.
he's 22 years old. So he's
Yep.
coming in a little bit older than average, but that's okay. Tight ends typically their careers last a little bit longer anyway, so I'm not too worried about age coming in like a 24-year-old running back coming in, and now you're worried about his age. That like he's not a Najee Harris, so um, so he's predicted to potentially go to the Jets with the 38th draft. I I can see him potentially going anywhere else, but right now, from what I'm seeing, 38th.
So second round pick, huh?
Yeah, but at the very beginning, I we'll see. At with the Jets, they're hurting with that. So, um, what do you guys think on that? I mean,
I don't see him staying to the second round. I
you
just
think going first?
I think he's a first round talent. But the
I think
question
so
is,
too.
yeah, will someone jump? Because what happens at the end of your first round is you get all these quarterbacks coming in. They realize, this is my chance to get the 5th year, so I'm gonna go get a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the thing is, this is a guy who can play the Y, can play the F, can play the X. When you're doing split, that you don't get that a lot. We don't see fullbacks anymore. But the NFL is changing. You're going to need tight ends that could do those things again. And I think this is the kind of guy you want. And because of that, I see a team who is really established already, wanting someone who's older that can do those things now.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets, picked up at the end of the first round somewhere.
Probably, and he's easily plug and play. They're gonna put him in, and he's gonna be an automatic starter. I don't think he's gonna be riding the bench that long. I think he's gonna definitely start at least, maybe the first couple games. He probably won't, or they might plug him in. Like look at some of these tight ends. They come in right away, and they're establishing themselves as their main tight end, especially if they're gonna use as the number 1 pick. All right, so let's throw out this.
That's George Kittle. That's in last the 3rd round, but we saw him and he was already. You knew he's the starter. He was a starter type of guy, but they were concerned about his size.
Right.
With speed.
All right, so
Dang.
Yeah, you're gonna see that a lot.
he's a big guy. He's a big guy.
Yeah, but he's the first tight end that I'm seeing actually break tackles.
Oh, he does everything he can to get more yards. And this is what I like about him.
Watch this leap. This is a leap coming up.
Yeah. Like he'll do what he can to get up, up the field, get some yards. He'll jump over guys if he has to. He'll truck guys if he has to. He's an all-around type tight end. And he's probably one of the few special guys that are coming in this class because, again, we've mentioned before, this class is not that great. But
Yeah.
there's always a few handful of them, and I consider McBride potentially being in that class. Now, if I'm gonna take him over Andrews, no. Kittle, Waller, Kelsey, no. You know,
But after
Pitt,
those like 4 or 5 guys, there's a really big drop
Yeah.
to the next level.
Pitt's probably over him. Now, here's where I'm kind of considering: do I take Noah Fant or McBride? And then for me, it would depend on what they do in Denver as a QB situation and off a landing spot. I mean, we still have to see where he goes first.
Who's this quarterback? He has a quarterback like we talked about Russell Wilson a lot this time. So a quarterback like Russell Wilson will love this guy. He'll utilize him a lot.
If McBride ends up in Seattle and Russell stays, that would be great.
What about Tennessee? What if he went with Tannehill?
I don't think Tannehill will be the starting quarterback at the beginning of this season.
If
I don't.
Tannehill decides to wake up and play like he did 2 years ago, maybe.
I think that's a dark horse for Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers does leave, Tennessee could be a dark horse. I think.
Why not Zach Wilson though?
No, it will be great. I just don't know if they're going to use one of their high picks for him.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, why not Zach Wilson? I think if he goes with Zach Wilson in the Jets, I mean, as
he's one of his favorite targets, and he's
what about the? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut off.
No, go. Yeah.
But what about the Bengals? What do they use their pick on him?
I think they re-signed CJ Uzomah.
Yeah, but if you have both of them, I mean, I like Uzomah, but I don't think he's a top tier tight end in the NFL.
If he lands in Cincinnati, if Cincinnati has the opportunity, I will go.
He's going to be dangerous.
Yeah,
he's going to be dangerous.
And you get 5 years control of this guy,
Ooh,
right?
He's like to talk some stuff too. Getting all of his face.
You had him with Burrow and then the other receivers. That would be a crazy offensive team right there.
You have to remember this with these. He's playing against guys that are not on his level. He is playing against guys that are just not on his level. He is much better. He's, as you said, the top tight end. If this guy played at, Alabama, he would be a top 10 pick.
Or that works too.
You know what I'm saying? If this guy is, he was in Colorado State, it will be, he will be that guy. He has skills.
Oh, I think so. So Rodriguez, if you're still watching, you want Watermeyer or McBride? Like, it's up to you. But I feel like McBride is clearly the better tight end.
That's not a question. Yeah.
Now, here's the question: your rookie dynasty drafts, are you taking them first round? I mean, depending on what you need. For me, it would depend on what you need. I mean, right now, it seems like running back and receiver are the top options right now. But if a guy can get me solid yards without, touchdowns, I'm okay with that. Look, he still hit 1,021 and only 1 touchdown. As a tight end in fantasy football,
those are Kyle Pitts numbers right there.
I'm okay. Yes, yes, it is. But
tight ends are like seasoning to your food. It makes everything better when you have a good tight end. Your whole offense benefits from it because now your run game, your blocking schemes, your pass game, all are better when you have a good tight end. And that's when you want a guy who's more well-rounded. So if you find a tight end that's both a Y and an F, so he's able to come out of the backfield, he can sneak out, do a lot of stuff, help with your blocking scheme, help your tackle be more solid, then all of a sudden your entire offense comes together. Tight ends are glue guys. They're not the guy you build around. They're the guy that you put in to make everything better. So when you're drafting that, remember that and look for those guys that are going to make the entire team better.
I like that. Thank you.